Okay, so let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? We've all had it. You look in the mirror, maybe you're getting ready to head out, and something just feels a little off. You start to notice one tiny thing, then another, and suddenly the person staring back at you feels like a complete stranger. So why does that happen? Well, that's what we're going to unpack today, the powerful illusion hiding in that piece of glass.
And this quote right here, it's really the whole key to understanding this. Just let that sink in for a second. A flattened, reversed lie. What that means is the image you've trusted your entire life to be you is, well, it's a distortion. It's not the truth of who you are. It's an incredibly powerful illusion.
So, let's break down what makes this lie so tricky, so deceptive. In this first part, we're going to dig into the huge gap between the real, living you that's in your head and that flat, static image the mirror reflects back. And the contrast here is just fascinating. On one hand, you've got your brain's version of you. It's three-dimensional. It's always in motion. It's alive with every single feeling you've ever had from the inside out. But then, you look at the mirror's version, and what do you see? Something that's flat, motionless, and reversed. It's a completely unfamiliar picture that nobody, not even you, ever actually sees out in the real world.
Okay, so what's the big deal? Why does any of this even matter? Well, the biggest consequence of staring at this distorted version of ourselves is that it trains our brain to become an expert at one thing: hunting for flaws. I mean, think about it. When you're locked in that staring contest with your reflection, you're not really seeing a person anymore, are you? Your brain just kind of switches gears. It starts scanning this static object for any imperfection it can find, for anything that seems a little asymmetrical or out of place. You stop seeing a whole human being, and you start seeing a collection of parts just waiting to be critiqued. And this number really shows how intense that self-critique gets. When your brain finds a so-called flaw, a slightly crooked smile, a blemish, whatever it is, it can zoom in and dedicate a whopping 95% of its critical attention to that one little spot. Everything else, the entire rest of you, just kind of fades away into the background.
So here's the most important question. You're spending almost all of your energy focused on this one tiny detail that feels absolutely massive to you. But does anyone else in the world even notice it?
And that question brings us perfectly to our next section. We are officially leaving the weird, lonely world of the mirror behind. We're stepping out into reality, where we can finally talk about the truth of how you actually show up for other people.
So let's just walk through what happens. First, you step outside. Right away, everything is different. People don't see a static photo of you. They see you living, talking, laughing, constantly in motion. They aren't analyzing your face. They are experiencing your whole presence, your energy, your personality, and the result? That flaw that took up 95% of your attention in the mirror, it just vanishes. Poof. It's completely irrelevant when they're interacting with the real, dynamic person in front of them.
And this right here is the heart of it all. People in the real world are not looking at a checklist of your features. They're not grading you. They see a whole, radiant person. They experience your warmth, your light, your energy. The whole is so much bigger and more important than the tiny parts you were picking apart.
All right, let's pull all of this together. The goal here isn't to tell you to never look in a mirror. Again, of course not. The goal is to understand what the mirror is and what it isn't. It's about learning to trust the true impact you have on the world, not just a distorted reflection.
So what should you really take away from all this? First, just remember, the mirror is a distortion. Second, know that this distortion magnifies your own self-criticism, making you zero in on things that don't matter. But third, and most importantly, in the real world, your presence, your energy, completely outshines any of that. So the real challenge is to start trusting how people react to you, not how you react to a reflection.
And that leaves us with one final thought to really chew on. We spend so much of our lives looking for ourselves in a cold, flat piece of glass. But what if we've been looking in the wrong place this whole time? What if your true reflection isn't found in a mirror at all, but in the smiles and the eyes of the people who get to experience the real, dynamic, and radiant you?